So I've known Boma and Belema actually for 15 years. Met both of them in 2007 under different circumstances, but the same year.
Well, I met Moki in P&G when she joined P&G. I met Belema through Moki though. No, Moki is the glue anyway. Moki is the glue, yeah.
I met Moki, she's very good friends with someone who is my friend as well. We were neighbors, and so that's how I met her.
Moki had a Honda or something like this. Now look at her. So yeah, a lot of things have changed, but I think our friendship has still been there over the years. Of course, we fight, we have fights, but I think we just evolved to more of a, I think it's a, let's say, warm kind of friendship. I know that she's there for me. She knows she's there. I know I'm there for her, and then she's there for me. And I also think that there's mutual respect in a way. She really understands me, you know, even though she doesn't agree. I would always say that. But she understands me, and I also understand her. So sometimes we could give each other the look, you know. And this is really growing through the years. I was at the crossroads, and I was offered a role that I was very unsure about. I was extremely insecure about it. And she was the first person that came to my mind to call because I knew she would understand, just knowing the kind of person that I was. So, and she encouraged me to go for it. What can you lose? You know, just do it. You know, and it was very helpful at that time actually, because I didn't want to ask a man, because a man would be like, yeah, you got this. But asking a woman who knew where I was coming from, who knew who I was, the kind of skill set that I had, I think it meant a big deal to me. It's one of the highlights for me actually. To say, look, Boma, you can do this, go for it. It's something that I know how you feel. And she gave me the tough love in a way, like, you know, when you feel this way about growth and you feel uncomfortable, then it means that you should do it. So it was a big deal for me.
Truly, if I want to think about it, it's really been growth and maturity. So things that used to irritate me before, honestly, I don't even remember them now, and I don't pay attention anymore. And I think it's really evolved from just us being individual friends to being family friends. So our kids know each other, our spouses know each other, and we spend time with each other. So we've moved from just being friends to really being family. And I think that's the evolution that really comes to my mind now. So if I'm traveling, I leave my kids in our house and I travel, and I'm very comfortable with that.
So for me, in my relationship, especially we've evolved, we've grown older, we're more mature. But in terms of character, we're polar opposites, right? I'm really reserved, and then she's like the complete opposite. So that's
same here.
Exactly.
Yeah, same here.
Boma is a really private person, right? So it's amazing that we're really good friends with someone like Moki, who is very bubbly and, you know, wants
out
to
there
live life to the fullest and every day. So I think that in our relationship is good, being able to manage competing interests, different characters, you know, sharpening each other. I like that about our relationship. I would say, so there was a point in my life when I was going through a difficult patch, right? And then it had to do with like a health challenge. And we were outside the country. So the support that my family got from Moki and her husband, I mean, they used to drive over 2 hours to come and spend time with us in the hospital in a strange land, so to speak. That has stuck with me for a very long time, the measure of sacrifice. And then she had a baby, her son was not yet 2. And so being able to talk a toddler halfway across the city because you wanted to support your friend that was going through a challenging time, that has stayed with me.
Honestly, every time that I feel down, I call and I feel like I'm in a no judgment zone. Like I can say what's on my mind without having to explain everything or justify my thoughts, and they get it and they support me. And for me, that's the whole essence of friendship. To know that you're in a space where you don't have to pick your words or be extremely careful about stepping on someone's feelings, but you can say exactly what's on your mind, what help you need, and you know that the help is coming.
I don't think I would say I have like a low moment to share. But I think it's just the fact that I know that Moki will create the space for me. So, there are people that don't create space for you, they're just there. Yes, so I think I'll just echo what Moki said, to be with, to have a friend that supports you, that understands, that will go that extra mile. And of course, when you're feeling like low, you can call the person to talk, and vice versa. And then, iron sharpeneth iron. So when you give back, then you also get back as well, So it's like leaning on something when in your, let's say, low moments. A lot of it has to do with work, but in your low moments, maybe when you're uncertain, when you are vulnerable, actually, and this person would not hold it against you or ridicule you. Person can actually show empathy at that point in time. So it's a good thing, actually. Yeah.
So Belema and I, we get together at the beginning of the year to really talk about goals across different aspects of our lives, and then create a vision board. So I always jokingly call it a vision board party. It's not a party, it's just the two of us deciding what we want to do this year, and then just honestly plan it together and pray together, and then put up the vision board, check in on each other. Okay, which one has come true?
When we went to Mauritius, so we went to Mauritius together. It was so much fun, honestly. For our wedding anniversary, I think it was 10.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a 10. It was really nice. It took a lot of effort and planning, but it was lovely.
I remember on the Mauritius trip, two things. One was you forcing me to do parasailing.
Yes,
and
yes.
I was screaming.
Yeah, she didn't want to do the parasailing, but you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the video afterwards.
You enjoyed it. I always force her to do things that she's not supposed to do, in a way. So, like, I forced her to wear a bikini. You remember? She didn't want to wear a bikini. I forced her to wear the bikini. I said, you must wear it. Then I forced her to take off the shorts wearing the bikini. She eventually took it off. Yes, that she refused to allow me to post. Then I forced her to go parasailing. I'm like, how can you come all the way and not, parasail? It was so nice. She do it again.
I remember this trip that I think we had a meeting in Barcelona, and then we went together, and then we went to see this other friend of ours who lives in Amsterdam. And then so we decided to go to the beach, and we were feeling all touristy and all. So we were dressed like people going to the beach, and our friend that lives in Amsterdam was like, don't you want to wear something else? We said, no,
we're going to the beach.
So we went to the beach. But the funny part is, by the time we were coming back, people were chattering, we were cold, we were freezing. So anytime we remember that trip, we always laugh about that.
It actually was quite embarrassing. We were waiting for the bus that we were shaking, and then all the other locals were dressed properly. so literally, I think she had to give me a scarf, and then find something for her to wrap ourselves to be able to go back home. Anyway, so it was such a fun time. There are nice memories, and I just think about all this, and like this is the friendship, is the everyday things. It's not the big thing. Like you don't wait for something to happen to show up for somebody.
True.
I think it's literally every day.
Every day.
The little things, the big things, and that's it. That's friendship.
Yeah. If I'm looking for someone to shop with now, I can't think of anybody else. Really, if I want to shop and I will just have a guilt-free shopping experience, who best to go with that? Moki. Judgment-free zone. So it's those kind of little things. I don't think there was a point where I was like, aha, this person is my best friend. No. But if I think about all the moments over time where I know that this person is always in my corner, when I think I want to do this, she pops up, or we want to go out, or want to do stuff, or we're going to hang out, she pops up, and I know I'm going to have a good time.
At what point did I realize the essence of the friendship? It's a bit weird to pinpoint a time, but the fact that now, after 15 years, literally, I can know what Belema is thinking. I'm somewhere. If someone just does something, I don't need to type to her. I just need to look at her, and we know exactly what we are talking about. So I think that's the thing. We've known each other so well, and we've talked about topics for a long time, and we know what we think about different topics.
I think when Moki became GM,
oh my goodness,
I was so proud of her. I told my husband, I was like, oh my God, I was really, really proud of her. It was something that, you know, when you're young, you can't really see it. You can't even imagine it, you know. And as a woman, it was just a huge win, you know. So I remember me and my husband, we discussed about how she can make it big, how she can make herself visible, you know, how she can, you know, what's next, how we cannot waste this moment, because this is a moment that we must all tap into, you know. And it's a big win. It's a big win. It's a big win. So, yeah.
It's the same for me. I remember when she was meeting, and I told everybody, I called my parents, your friend is on empty, you know, that kind of thing. I was really excited, and I said to her, so we can't be quiet on LinkedIn now. You need to
photos. Exactly.
You need to start posting, you know. We need to harness and then leverage on this opportunity.
Yeah.
So that was
a big win. Big win. You know, you just feel like you're the one.
By sharing the goals, like, oh my goodness, Boma, if I mistakenly tell Boma, oh, I want to lose weight, not exercise this year,
every day
for it. Every day she will send me, and I should say, okay,
what have you done today?
What have you done?
When are you going? Let's
join
go.
This to add me to a group, like. So I think really, once we share the goals, then once it's out there, then I know that for sure I'd have the people that will hold me accountable, that will check in, that will push me, that would say, no, like, you can do it, get up and go and exercise, get up and go and do whatever. And of course, with the famous vision board that I have with Belema, I think that is really the accountability picture, because at the end, the vision is just a vision, but you need to take the steps towards it. And that is how we hold each other accountable. So what have you done to go towards that vision? So I think that once you communicate, and also that's why I share, because I have 2 friends that I know that for a fact, they will check in. How are you doing? And beyond just checking in, actually actively look out for those things, those opportunities, depending on what it is that I wanted, and then they'll send it my way, and vice versa. So I think by communicating with what I want to achieve, and then also being open, to be honest, to the feedback, being open to getting maybe the messages and the invites and the push without now feeling, oh my goodness, you're stepping into my space. So I think that once you want to be accountable to someone, and you communicated the goal, you need to be open to the person then actually get into your space to help you achieve that. I think first one would be, it's trusting. It's a trusting relationship. It's a space that you trust the intent of the other person. The second word I would use to describe the relationship, both of them actually together. So apart from trust is stability. So I talked about being stable, I talked about trust, and then the active support. So I'll put a word there to qualify the support, the active support. So it's not very passive, not just in words, it's actually in action. What do you want to do? How can I help you? That's always the thing. Actually, I know I'm adding now, but during my birthday, Boma kept asking, where do you need help? What do you need to do? And then I was really dilly-dallying and like, I don't know. And then we were in the car going somewhere, and then she just picked up the phone and called the person that eventually planned the party and said, okay, we need to move. And then she called the DJ, and then she called XYZ. So I think that is the thing. Very active support. It's not just in words, but taking the steps to help the other person achieve the goals.